A number of people who know how much I like to cook for myself and friends and who enjoy my very savory, spicy style of cooking have suggested that I teach cooking classes here. So I thought, what the heck, I'll at least shoot a little cooking video if I can do it with one hand. It's going to be a challenge. What I'm getting ready to make is a stir fry with mostly produce from the garden. The starting point is some chicken meat. My wonderful neighbor Theresa last night gave me a leftover baked chicken, so I chopped up some of the breast meat. I've got in the wok a mixture of 3 oils. I'm a big believer in coconut oil for health reasons. Palm oil adds wonderful color and tons of beta-carotenes. Then roasted sesame oil gives you that wonderful savoriness. I'm going to be, once the grease is hot, well, I think it's hot enough now, let's see. I'm going to put in some of the Filipino Mexican tree peppers, chopped up for that essential heat that I'm such a junkie for. Get that going. Let's grab my spatula. What I love about this pepper is that not only does it have good heat, it's got really good flavor, especially in the fall months. It takes on a sweetness. It's not deadly hot. It's not like, say, a Scotch bonnet. It's on par with a Thai. And there's that. Put it into onions, and I'm also going to add sliced up Opuntia cactus, the Opuntia coquinifera. I think you might be able to see some of the yellow coloration from that wonderful palm oil. There's an unfortunate myth that tropical oils are bad for us, and that's the farthest thing from the truth. They were unfortunately the result of flawed studies done in the 70s where the rats were fed nothing but hydrogenated tropical oils. And so of course the poor things had health consequences. But coconut oil, palm oil, and roasted sesame oil are actually very good for you. Okay, we got that going. Put in the chicken meat. I am famished. I'm going to have a heck of a time sticking to my 1 serving on a small plate thing that I'm using to lose so much weight. But I'll stick to it. I'm not going to give up until I have abs. Okay. Next, I've got in this bowl here 3 different things. I've got the Vigna unguiculata pods, the young tender ones. On the left there, I've got the Lesbos basil, which is a wonderfully pungent basil. And here on the right is red leaf Malabar spinach. And in goes that. The Lesbos basil and the Vigna pods. Then lastly, from the garden, I've got in this colander here a mixture of Mizuna and purple kozakai, which is a wonderful Chinese grape. So let's toss that in. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the heat a bit. And I'm going to put in a splash of fish sauce. I love using fish sauce in place of salt. It's got a nice salty savoriness to it. Now we're cooking with gas. And I'm also going to put in a little splash of soy sauce. Not much, because I've got enough salt already from the fish sauce. And I'm going to put this in just for a little additional flavor. I never measure in the kitchen, just a little sploosh here and there. Okay. Making progress quick here. What's nice is the fish sauce and the soy sauce help to wilt the raw leaves from the garden. I cook my stir fries very briefly to the point that some of the vegetables are almost raw. Oh, look, the sunshine's coming in. I am so glad we had that rain. We were desperate for it. I think we'd gone literally 7 weeks without any. Okay. And then lastly, I pre-cooked up in advance some parboiled rice. I don't like white rice, and I'm not very good at cooking brown rice, but parboiled rice stays firm. I do an 18-minute cook on it after I bring it to a boil. And what I like about it is I can add it to soups, reheat them a few times, and it doesn't get mushy and gross. So let's put in a few big blobs of parboiled rice. Sometimes I'll make a stir fry and I'll serve it on top of the rice, and sometimes, like today, I just mingle them together. I wish y'all could smell this. One thing I like about cooking this way is it's a minimal number of pots and pans. The food itself is so healthy because it's right from the garden, very lightly cooked, no preservatives, doesn't take long at all to cook it, and leftovers reheat really well, plus they freeze well. I generally cook things in large batches and freeze up tubs of them. I'm just going to let this cook for a couple more minutes and sit down and chow down, but I thought you might get a kick out of seeing how I cook my meals based primarily on the production from my yard, which to me is the whole idea. This chicken came from the store, but sometimes it's a rooster that I hatched here and raised myself and slaughtered. But today it's a factory farm chicken from, I think, Sam's Club. Hope this gives you some good ideas of how to work with produce from your yard, and have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.